takeoff tools. The first one, that is the single click takeoff.
So
Okay,
click
suppose
takeoff.
a 3D models or 3D walls are available. Okay, and if you want to
Okay.
calculate that the quantity and the cost, then you can use that the single takeoff tools, right?
Takeoff. Okay.
The next one,
Okay.
that is the search takeoff tools. Okay,
Search takeoff.
and the third one, that is the model takeoff tools. So there are three types of takeoff tools, that is the single click,
Takeoff.
search takeoff, and
Search
model
takeoff.
takeoff. Okay,
Model
now
takeoff.
so first we discussed that the single takeoff tool. So using that the
Takeoff.
single click auto takeoff tools, you can create a takeoff measurement with a single click on a piece of geometry in the 3D model, right? So when you
Model.
click on
Okay.
the 3D model, okay, and you click a single click, then you can calculate that the area or either the volume, you can calculate from that, right?
Okay. Okay.
Now the next one, you can see that the examples. Okay, suppose if you want to calculate that the floor slab. Okay,
Close.
okay,
Okay.
so we can click on the floor. Okay, or you can also
Okay.
mm, tell that the roof slab or floor slab. Okay, and you can see that
Okay.
it calculates that the quantity. Okay, right?
Quantity.
Because in that case we calculate only the area of that floor, right? That
Floor.
slab.
Okay.
So by the single click we can calculate that the area. Okay, now the next one, that is the search takeoff tools.
Takeoff
So
tool.
using that the search takeoff tools, you can create that the takeoff using design data as search criteria,
That's good.
object dimensions, family names, types, and other property.
Okay.
Data makes it easy to quantify the
Single
single
objects.
object. So you can see that if you want to calculate that the window, okay, you can search that the window of size, that is the 5 feet into the 4 feet. Okay, so how many pieces of window are available in that project?
Three.
Okay, so in that case we are using that the search takeout tool. So
Takeoff.
to identify that the any components in the building, suppose if you want to calculate that the how many walls, that is of the thickness of 9 inch, right? So if you want to
Okay. Okay.
identify that walls, or if suppose if you want to identify that the particular the size of doors, the how many doors are available of that size, then in that case we use that the search
Search
takeoff tools.
takeoff tools.
Understood? The single click
Okay.
and search, right? The
Okay.
next one, that is the model takeoff tools. Okay,
Takeoff.
so using that the model takeoff tools, you can use that the object tree
Object tree.
form. Okay, tree form, and the create a valid project. And the second one, that is the when you perform a model takeoff, QTO recognize that the object in the model and place them in a group and takeoff palette with the group name and derived in the name model. It means that when you are using that the model takeoff tool, so it will be use that the complete model. Suppose that this is a building. Okay, so if you are using that
Okay.
the model takeoff tools, it means that in that model what are the various types of components are available. Okay, so all the data are displayed
Okay.
by the group. Okay, you can see that by the in the window there are varieties of
Yes.
window are available, in the walls there are variety of walls
Varieties
are
of
available.
windows.
So all that the data
Also
are
available.
available in a single model by the using that the model takeoff tools. Okay, so you can
Okay.
see that, and in the another
Takeoff
one you
tools.
can also
Okay.
see that this is also the model takeoff tools. Okay, right? Now the
Okay.
finally we can create that the report generation. Okay, so after that at the end, by if you are using that the manual takeoff tools and the automatic takeoff tools, you can also generate that the report. Okay, so a
Okay.
bill of
Okay.
material that can include that the quantity and cost information for each item in your
Awesome.
project. Okay,
Okay.
so you can see
Okay,
that
sir.
when you are using that the takeoff, okay, items components, so you can convert this into a report, right? And
Report.
you can
Yes, sir.
generate like this the report summary. This is the summary. Okay, so you can see that the total cost are display. Okay, right? The next one, that is the export. If you want to export that the workbook in a Excel, then you can
Report it
export, and you can see that
in
this is the Excel format. We can export
form.
this. Okay, right? So these
Okay,
are
sir.
the automatic takeoff tools, and after that we can
Tools.
generate that the report, and how can we export in the Excel format. So we can see that. So
Okay.
now we and this is the orbit. So you can select any of the tools. Okay, and after that you can move like this, and you can see that this is the front view of the wall, right? Yes or no?
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So in
Okay.
that case, if any problem in the 3D view, then you have to, what you have to do, first you have to go on the top view, then rotate that the pictures, and after that you have to go on the, use that the
Orbit.
turntable or orbit. You can use both of,
Orbit. Okay.
okay, and you can
Both option. Okay.
use like this, okay, and you can put that your object according to your requirement, right? And after that you have to
Okay.
go and you click on the select, okay, right? Now
Mm.
you can see that this is the manual takeoff tools, that is the
Manual
deactivated,
takeoff
and
tools.
the automatic takeoff tools are activated.
Tools.
So before that, what we have to do, to go to the window,
Go.
first you have to click on the document, right? The next one you have to
Yes.
click on the takeoff, okay.
Take off
The next one you have to click
the
on the
notebook.
workbook, right? So
Okay.
all the things we have display, right? Now after that you have to
Yes.
go
Yes.
in the document, and there is no any need to set that the unit and scales,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
the all the units and the are set in this way, okay. So now you can see that this is the model takeoff tools, okay. These
Take
tool are known as model takeoff tools. This
model. Take
is
off.
the search takeoff tools, and this is the single click takeoff tools.
Single click off.
So now this is the 3D wall. So what are the items we have to calculate from this wall? Can you explain that?
All the sense bricks, plaster,
Yes,
number of bricks,
yes.
plasters.
So we have to first create that the items, right? So first
Yes.
items we have to create that, we have to calculate that the number of cement bag, right?
Okay.
So we have to select in the WBS work breakdown structures, we have written that the cement, and we have to calculate that the count, okay, right?
Yes.
In
Backs.
that
Okay.
case
Okay.
we have to calculate that the count, okay. Now clear.
Okay.
We can create that the another item, that is the sand, right? We
Okay.
can also calculate that the sand, because
Sand.
the both side plasters are there, so we can
Plasters
identify
are
that the cement and sand both, okay.
sand.
So
Okay.
we can
Okay.
calculate that sand in a volume, right? Yes.
Okay.
The next
Yes,
one
sir.
we can create that the brick, okay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So brick in, we can also take that the brick in account, because we have to calculate that the number of bricks, okay, right?
Okay.
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 And we can also calculate that the plaster,
Plaster.
okay. So in the previous
Okay.
classes you can see that already I have do that the plasters, yes or no?
Yes.
Plaster
Yes, sir.
and the brick masonry we have to done.
Brick man.
So here we can only use that only the three items, okay, right?
Okay.
Because if you are do that the practice, then you can also consider that the brick masonry, okay, in the volume format,
Okay.
okay, and the another one, that is the plaster, right? So you can also consider.
Plasters. Okay.
So after what we have to do, after that you have to use that the right click, okay, then go to the
Properties.
properties, okay,
Properties.
right, and here, okay, now here we have defined that the cost, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the previous classes you can see that there is a 2D format, so we can calculate that the number of times that the area and all this. So
Exactly.
in that case we have to go, okay, right, and then we have to
Yes, sir.
calculate a single walls, okay, and after that we have to assemble all these things, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
Okay, so here we have to calculate that the quantity, then you have to first put that the cost. Okay, so you can see that we have to calculate that the first quantity, there is no any need to calculate that the second quantity, right? Yes or no?
Quantity term.
If you want to
Yes, sir.
calculate that the second quantity
Self-perform.
also the volume, then you can also go through there, but and same we have to use that the brick. So suppose that
Mm.
key we can go and purchase that the brick. So what is the prices of brick in your side? The
Seven
single
something,
brick,
sir. Seven.
7 rupees. Yes.
Yes. First
Okay.
quality chamfer bricks.
Okay. So I can also use that the 7 rupees. Okay. And the
Okay,
labor
sir.
cost. What is the labor cost for brick?
Labor cost, it's depend upon the area, sir. 250 something they ask
Okay.
me.
So I consider that the 300. Okay. Right.
Okay, sir.
The labor cost. And after that we have to apply
Okay.
and then okay. Then again go to the cement. Okay. And then go
Okay.
to the properties, and after that again go to the cement. Now we can go and purchase that the cement. Okay, so what is the cost of cement? That is a
So,
three
government cement in the sense
350.
190 they are available, but normal cement is 350, 400 like that.
Yes, from my side we can go and purchase, and 320 are the rate are available. Okay,
Yes, sir. Okay.
right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so and the labor cost we can also consider that the 300. Okay,
Yeah, okay,
right,
okay.
and after that we can apply and then okay,
Okay, sir.
and then again go to the sand. Okay, again you have to click that in the
Okay.
properties, then go to the cost data, and what is the cost of sand according to the
Sand,
volume?
normal that M sand in the sense nowadays I think 8,000 something moving.
8,000.
M sand.
Okay, basically the standard sands are of 4,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can consider like the 4,000. Okay, but
Okay,
it
sir.
will be, we have to calculate according to the volume, then we can also use that the market rate, that is the 250. Okay, according to the
Okay.
volume, because the cost of 4,000 and 5,000, that is the of one tractor, right?
Contract. Okay.
Okay, so and
Okay.
also we have to use that the labor cost, that is the 300, right? And
Okay.
after that apply and then okay, then we have to
Okay.
calculate input all that the cost. After that what we have to do, when we are using that the 2D walls, then what we have to do, we have to use that the only single area, and we can create that a single wall material, wall quantity,
All
right? And after that we have to assemble all the walls. But in that case what we have to do, there is no any need to create that the quantity like walls. Okay, here use that
okay.
the single click auto takeoff tools.
Okay. Auto
Okay,
take off. Okay.
and then click on the wall. Okay, when you click
Okay.
on the
Okay.
wall, you can see that there is a items will be created, right? Yes,
Yes.
a single item will be created. Okay, and in that case we can calculate that the volume of that
Okay.
wall. So here we have to go and rename all this. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Okay, right, you have to write there, you have to write there, that is the wall. Okay, and after
All
that
right.
what is the type, that is the volume, and then
All
apply
right.
and then okay. Okay, so you can see that the volume will be
Oh,
created, and here
shit.
the items we have to return that is the wall. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So you can see that. Okay, after what we have to
Okay.
do, after that you have to select the wall, then go to the properties. Okay, right,
Okay.
because we have already calculated that the volume, then go to the assembly, right, and then you have
Okay,
to
sir.
assemble all the items. So use that the control A for selection. Okay, and then select all the items. Okay, now you can see that we have to calculate that the number of bricks. Okay, so if you are calculating that the number of bricks, so what is the formula we have to use? The first formula, that is you have to use that, then click first, that is the volume. Okay, because if
Okay,
you
sir.
the volume of walls. Okay, and in a 1 meter cube, how many number of bricks we have to use? That is the 460 or 500,
500.
right? So
500.
multiply, that is the 500. Okay, and then
Okay.
click OK. So you can see that we have to calculate it. Now we have to
Yes, sir.
calculate that the cement bag, right?
Cement.
So what is the formula
Okay.
for the cement bag?
I think
Just
it's
tell me. So
1 to
you have
50.
to use that first, that is the area. Okay, in
Yeah.
the cement, what we have to use? Area. First we have to consider that the area multiply thickness, right? So we can use that the
Thickness is
thickness of that is the plaster. You can use that the cement. So you can use that the plaster, how much? 12 mm, right? 12 to 15 mm
okay.
plaster's thickness we have to apply, yes or no?
Okay.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
can use that, multiply 0.012, right?
So,
Yes.
okay.
After
Okay,
that,
sir.
what is the ratio we have to consider in the plasters? Suppose we have using that the 1:2, one
Or
ratio
wall
three,
ceiling in
one
the
ratio
sense
four.
1 is to 4 something. 1 is
Yes,
to
one
4.
is 1:4, right? Okay,
Yes, yes.
so it means that the fourth part we have to consider that what? The cement, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So it means
Yes,
that
sir.
we have to multiply that 0.25, right? One fourth,
To 5.
that is 0.25. Yes or
1
no?
fourth of.
Right.
Okay, sir.
After that, suppose that if you are using that the cement, so some part of cement are waste. Yes. Yes or no? You
Yes.
don't
We
use
add
that.
a additional 15 percentage of
Yes.
that.
Suppose that we are using that the 30% are the waste. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
it means that
Okay.
we have to use that the 30% more in the cement, right?
Cement,
Suppose
yes,
we
sir.
are,
And
it means that 1.3. You have to suppose 30%
okay.
will be wasted material. Okay. So you have
Waste
to
material.
consider that 1.3 in that case,
3.
right? Yes or no?
Okay.
And after that you have to,
Yes, sir.
so you can see that how to make that the formula of cement.
Cement.
Okay,
Cement.
to
Okay, sir.
calculate that the number of bags. Suppose any have told that you want to calculate that the number of bags also. Okay, so in that case
Yes.
you have to calculate that the number of bags.
Yes. Number of bags.
Okay, right.
Okay, sir.
So what we have to do? What is the formula in that case?
For that, we need to calculate that volume ratio, point not some 3/4.
So when we are using that the cement, okay, so in a cement there is a 1 meter cube cement, one bag is equal to 50 kg, right?
50
But
kg.
but in that case we have calculated that the volume, right?
Yes,
Not
sir. Point
calculated
not
the
three
count,
four
because
seven.
we have to use that. So after that the weight of 1 meter cube cement, that is the 0.035, right? You have
Zero
to
three five.
write
Yes,
down.
sir.
So you have to write down. So divide by, we have to divide this value, because this is calculated that the volume of cement. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Area into thickness into the
Thickness
cement
factor. That factor. That
cement factor,
wastage
and
factor.
after the wastage factor, And now we have to
Perfect.
calculate that the number of bags. So weight of 1 meter cube cement, that is the 0.035. Okay,
Okay.
so you have to write down 0.0345, right? 0.0345,
0034.
right? You have to
Yes, sir.
remember that value. Okay, and after
Okay,
that
sir.
you have to click OK. Now the formula for cement bags will be calculated. Yes.
Calculator.
Now
Yes,
we
sir.
calculate that the formula for the sand. So what is the formula we have to calculate it?
Area into the same as cement.
Same like this.
Same as
Okay.
cement like that.
But we have to change that the factor value. Okay. In
Fact.
that case,
Yes, sir.
right. So first you have to write down that is the area.
Area into.
Okay. You have to must remember that the spellings are mostly correct value. Okay, if there
Yes, sir.
is any mistakes in the spelling, then the formula will not take that the correctly. Okay, so you have
Okay, sir.
must noted that the spelling should be correct. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so after
Okay,
that
sir.
multiply 0.012, right?
0.2. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Multiply, then the wastage material. How much wastage material?
Maybe 10 to 15 percentage.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
so in that case, suppose we have to use that the 25%, that is the sand, sorry, cement. So
Okay, sir.
remaining are the
Cement.
sand. So how much sand will be applied? That is the 0.75. Okay, right?
75.
Okay, and same we have to multiply.
Okay, sir.
And suppose 40% are the wastage of sand. So we have to calculate 1.4, right?
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, sir.
because we here we have to only calculate that the volume, so this is the correct
Okay.
formula to
Yes, sir.
calculate that the volume, right?
Sand.
So
Okay, sir.
this is the volume of cement. Okay, suppose
Yes.
that any persons have asked that we have to identify that the number of bags. Okay, so identify already. And if you want to calculate that the brick, that the another quantity, that is the volume, so you can also calculate their volume, right? Yes or no? So
Yes, sir.
volume into 1,
Yes, sir.
so we can calculate that the volume, right? And
Okay.
suppose we have to calculate that the cement, the another second quantity, so you can also calculate that the volume of cement, right?
Okay.
So
Okay,
in
sir.
that case what we have to do, so we have to use this value. Okay, so I copy this formula. Okay, and I paste in this, right? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and here
Okay.
we have to multiply that. You are calculated that the cement in the kilogram, so the weight of cement in the kilogram, that is a 1449 kg.
1440.
1449 or
40.
1449?
40. Okay.
40. Okay, so 40 you can calculate 1440. What
Sure.
is this value?
Okay.
This is in the kg.
Kilogram per metric cube.
Okay, so you can apply this one, and here you have to select that, that is the kg, right?
Kgs.
Yes or no? And after
Yes,
that
sir.
we have to apply and then click OK. Now
Okay.
remove that the remarks. You have to import that the second quantity.
Techno quantity.
Okay, you have to
Okay.
import that the material cost. Okay, then the labor cost, and then the total cost. Okay,
Cost.
right? After that what we have to do, then open this value. Okay, so you can see that
Okay.
identifications, that is the brick has been calculated in the quantity.
Yes.
Okay, yes or no?
Okay,
You can
sir.
see that the number.
Yes.
Okay, and the cement bag will be 1.3. It means that
If it's
it will be approx
1.5 kg.
1.5. That is the 60
Numbers.
plus kg. Okay, 67 kg,
Okay.
right?
Kg.
So you
1.5
can
numbers.
see
Okay,
that
sir.
all the value has been calculated. Yes or no?
Oh, sir.
So you can identify how to calculate this value, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you
Okay, sir.
understood
Okay.
how to calculate the any 3D model, the estimate and cost, right? So we have to just
Okay, sir.
make that the number of items, and after that you have to put that the cost, and then you can click on a model, and then you have to assemble all this. Okay, and after that you can calculate. Okay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you can do that
Okay.
practice. Okay,
Okay.
and tomorrow we will continue at 11 a.m. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.